Welcome to Sporty Monday. We are glad you're still with us. Now, let's shift gears and look at the regional school games. And of course, the ones in Nairobi concluded on Saturday. And so were the games of Nyanza region, which went down in Migori County. And of course, here in Nairobi, our very own Kevin Otenga was actually out in the field covering the scrums, covering the goals and all that. And let's link up with Otenga right now, who is joining us live from the RMS Sports Center. Otenga, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Swila. I'm okay. And as you have actually said, school games went down, actually a 4-day extravaganza at Buruburu Girls High School, Nairobi School, and actually Ofafa Jericho, which hosted rugby 15s. And it was a very entertaining affair, seeing only 2 schools are defending their regional titles. It shows you how the competition has really increased, and it is like a dress rehearsal of what will happen at the national level. And you can see schools have really invested in school games. Like an example is Hospital Hill, which in recent past has really invested in hockey, and their efforts actually bore fruits on Saturday when they actually thumped their rivals Lenana 4-2 in post-match penalties after a 0-0 draw. And we've seen actually Mwiki secondary schools in girls category retaining the hockey title after losing it out to Pangani girls 1-0 last year. And another clash, really entertaining, nail-biting clash, a closely contested tie pitted the Highway Secondary School and Hospital Hill in handball. Remember, Hospital Hill have been giants. They've been battering Highway Secondary School for the last 4 years. And actually on Saturday, it was a revenge for Highway as they only beat them with 1 score, that actually 26-25. And in terms of rugby 15s, it was an easy final for Upperhill. It shows you that Upperhill have really invested after losing it out to Lenana School 6-5 in last year's final. This year, it was their time to smile, and they actually hope that at the national level, they will also be able to lift this crown. Dagoretti High School in basketball, they defended their title. Buruburu Girls in basketball girls, they lost their title to Olympic High School. Remember, they battered Olympic High School last year, and this year it was a perfect time for Olympic to revenge at actually the home turf of Buruburu Girls. The contest, it was really exciting, and we actually hope that the national will also produce a very good show in Mombasa.
And Upperhill winning the rugby 15s. Probably what ticked the boxes for that team, having followed it very, very closely?
Upperhill, they were really very good in dummies, and their players have good speed. And when I was speaking to the head coach of Upperhill, he actually said that the main reason they actually defeated Nairobi School, they avoided contact with the players of Nairobi School. They were actually able to find those passes, and they were able to score those goals. But it won't really be easy for them at the national level, because a school like Kisii School will really close down those spaces. We saw in last year's group stages, they were really good closing down those spaces, and actually they were losing out at a very lean score. And defending champions like All Saints also, they won't give them those spaces. So they really have to find another way to make sure that despite reigning at the regional level in Nairobi, they can also find a way to reign at the national level.
Finally, Otenga, as you've said, attention shift to the national school games competition. This will definitely go down in Mombasa, and of course at the Shanzu TTI. What should we expect there? Because these basically giants from across the country colliding in one event.
The Nationals will really be an entertaining affair. And as I was saying, the regionals were just like a dress rehearsal for the National Extravaganza. Actually, it will be a 7-day extravaganza at Shanzu TTI from 6th to 12th. And we've seen champions losing at the regional title, the likes of Nyamira Girls in hockey, the likes of Agoro Sare, which reached last year's final in basketball, the likes of Butler, remember, was banned, so we have a new champion in Western Vihiga High School in rugby 15s. They are actually good in rugby 7s, so they will be looking out to also make sure that they also do well in rugby 15s. Defending champions, All Saints, won't have it easy in the rugby 15s because we can see the likes of Upperhill coming up. Kisii School defended their title. Vihiga boys will also be looking at trying to lift that national rugby 15's crown. And
Absolutely.
Basketball boys will also produce an entertaining affair. Remember last year's semi-finals between Leisa Hill and Dr. Agri. It was a really entertaining affair, Dr. Agri pulling a comeback. So at the national level, we will really be seeing this rivalry. In handball girls, St. Joseph's Kitale, they reclaim back their regional title, so they'll also be renewing their rivalry with the Moi Girls Kamsinga. In the likes of basketball girls, we have Butere Girls who will also be looking to defend their national crown. Remember, last year only 2 schools, Butere Girls in basketball and Musingu in hockey, defended their national title. So
Absolutely.
This year, we are also looking at a very entertaining affair, nail-biting clashes, and we will see it out who will be able to smile at the end of the 7-day extravaganza.
Thank you very much. That's our very own Kevin Otenga, our school games beat reporter. And of course, you can also make a date with Otenga on VUCA FM. Kianda, you've listened to what Otenga has said regarding the school games. I know you're very passionate about Butula, the schools from Western, but basically these are dress rehearsal, as Otenga says. Whom do you probably tip to bag the national title, rugby 15s at the national level?
I think Vihiga or All Saints, those 2 teams.
Why?
Vihiga beat the giants in Western. I mean, Kakamega High School, there's also Butler. I don't know if Butler, the suspension was lifted.
No, it's not yet. Still in force.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is I think these All Saints really have maintained some consistency in the recent times. I think in the previous year, they lost to Butler in the finals in Eldoret. Then last year, they beat Butler in the finals. So I think with their consistency, most of those teams have retained their players who were part of the team last year. So there's that continuation process in those 2 teams. So I think maybe you can have a surprise from Kisii, but I think Vihiga and All Saints are still the favorites to win the title, the rugby title.
And I beg to differ. I believe Swila, Upperhill also stand a chance, given that they are Nairobi champions, and we have not seen any Nairobi school, given that they beat also Nairobi school 43-3.
So you think they are forced, they could push all the way?
Absolutely, Swila.
Now let's go to